Om Shivoham, Om Shivoham, Rudranamam bhajeham. Om Shivoham, Om Shivoham, Rudranamam bhajeham.
Namaste, Sitaram, a pleasant good morning. Welcome to Rudraaya. I am your host, Nisha Sharma, and Rudraaya is being brought to you with the kind compliments of Maharajadev Mandir. And of course, as you know, our Mandir is located at 850 Tapscott Road, Unit 34 in Scarborough, with Tapscott and McNichol being our closest intersection. So as we continue to face this dilemma, COVID-19, it is certainly a time for self-reflection upon our life. It is certainly a time for serving humanity. So, as we try to understand why we are all facing this all around the world at the same time, we should really, really look into, our inner self to see what are the changes, or sort of self-reflect on our lives and see what do we need to do, because it is at this time that you are alone facing this challenge. And it is a time to sort of dig deep inside of you into that inner self to really deal and cope with this situation. So without further ado, we'll get straight into our pravachan with our spiritual leader, Pandit Ravi Sharma.
Dear devotees, it's my pleasure to be here in the company of you and yours. Hanumanji Chalisa tells us, Nashe roga harai sab pira, japata nirantara hanumata veera. Nasha means that which destroys. Roga means disease, infinity. Harai means to take away. Saba means all. Pira means sufferings. Japata, being chanted. Nirantara, continuously, repeatedly. Hanumata implies none other than Shri Hanumanji. Veera means brave. When his name is chanted continuously, the brave Hanumanji destroys all diseases and takes away all sufferings. The word roga here stands for physical diseases. It is called as Adi Bhautik, sufferings, while the word Pira indicates spiritual sufferings. Shastras tells us of the Tina Tapa, the three types of sufferings. The ancient seers, the philosophers, have propounded this goal of happiness as the desire for complete removal of suffering. Sankhya Shastra, Sankhya Darshan states, Dukkha Traya Bhighatata. It means that removal of misery is the goal of all living beings. That misery is of three kinds: Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Dhaivik. Now, Adhyatmik, misery is that which arises due to one's own body and mind. It is further classified into two categories: distress arising from bodily diseases and discomforts, and distress due to enjoyment, lust, anger, greed, that which is of the mind. Adi Bhautik misery is that which is inflicted by other living beings, humans, animals, etc. Adi Dhaivik is the misery that which is caused by natural phenomena, such as heat, such as cold, such as this disease that we have, this pandemic that we have rampant now. Again, Sankhya Shastra tells us, Kutrapi kopi sukhi. Hence, is there really and truly happiness of this world? If one appears to be happy, it is only an illusion, because worldly happiness or worldly pleasures, they're temporary, they're limited, and hence they result in sorrow. From this, it becomes obvious that this goal of removal of misery is simply a rephrasing of the goal of attainment of happiness. Devotees, the purport is that on chanting this mantra from Hanumanji Chalisa, Nashay roga hare sab pira, japata nirantara Hanumata Veera, that when his name is chanted continuously, the brave Hanumanji, he destroys all diseases and he takes away all sufferings. Jai 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 Hanuman.
सिंदूर चढ़ाने से हर काम होता है, हनुमान जी खुश करना आसान होता है, हनुमान जी खुश करना आसान होता है. कर लिए भजन दिल से हनुमान प्यारे का, इसको भरोसा है अंजनी दुलारे का, वहाँ आनंद है जहाँ इनका गुणगान होता है, वहाँ आनंद है जहाँ इनका गुणगान होता है. सिंदूर चढ़ाने से हर काम होता है, सिंदूर चढ़ाने से हर काम होता है, हनुमान जी खुश करना आसान होता है. श्री राम के आगे पुरजोर ही इनका, धनवारी दुनिया में अब शोर ही इनका, जो मुख मोड़े हनुमत से, जो मुख मोड़े हनुमत से परेशान होता है, जो मुख मोड़े हनुमत से परेशान होता है. सिंदूर चढ़ाने से हर काम होता है, सिंदूर चढ़ाने से हर काम होता है, हनुमान जी खुश करना आसान होता है, हनुमान जी खुश करना आसान होता है, हनुमान जी खुश करना आसान होता है.
Sam Samunder, Extra Staffing Solutions. Sam and his team have been providing quality temporary staffing to various companies throughout the GTA since 2001. We have competitive rates, we take care of all your recruitment needs and payroll cost, and we provide transportation. Our friendly and knowledgeable recruiters are here to assist you, whether you are looking for permanent or temporary employees, for industrial or office needs. So call us now at 647-693-7745 or visit our website at www.extrastaffing.ca. My dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's pravachan, and of course we get straight into our health segment. And for those of you who have called us and emailed us and told us how very informative Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon's 4-segment on COVID has been. And you've also asked for repeat since many of you missed the first couple of sessions. So for your information, we will be repeating Dr. Ramkisoon's 4 segments, starting right now with the first segment that he presented 4 weeks ago right here on Rudraaya, Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon.
Sitaram and welcome to Health Corner. I am Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon and today is an important episode. We are discussing COVID-19, the virus that has caused a global pandemic and has widespread implications for each and every one of us. Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that are common in people and many species of animals, such as cattle, cats, and bats. It is rare that animal viruses can infect people, but when this occurs, it can be devastating. This was seen in the past when animal coronaviruses crossed to humans and caused SARS in 2003 and MERS in 2015. In December 2019, people in Wuhan, China, were noticed to be developing a severe respiratory illness that had a higher than usual mortality rate. When this virus was isolated, it was a new virus that was never seen before. This virus was traced back to a wild animal market in Wuhan, suggesting that the animal-to-human transmission occurred at the animal market. Once human-to-human transmission began, the virus quickly spread throughout Wuhan province in China, then to neighboring countries such as Thailand, Japan, and South Korea. It was named COVID-19 for Coronavirus Disease 2019. Despite efforts to stop the spread of COVID-19 by limiting travel and strict quarantine, the virus continued to spread around the world. On March 11, 2020, the COVID-19 outbreak was declared a global pandemic by the World Health Organization. Declaring a global pandemic means that countries are encouraged to use whatever necessary means to slow the spread of the disease and focus on treating the sick. This is why over the past few weeks, there has been international travel restrictions, cancellations of public gatherings, and public health campaigns to help slow the spread of COVID-19. Since this is a new type of coronavirus that has never been seen before, the situation evolves daily as new information is gathered through research. The complete clinical picture is not fully known. The reported illnesses have ranged from very mild symptoms to very severe, including death. The common symptoms include fever, cough, fatigue, and shortness of breath. From the time someone is exposed to the virus to the time you show symptoms is between 2 to 10 days. This is why if you think you have been exposed to the virus or have traveled overseas, the duration of 14 days was chosen as a long enough period of time so that if you were to develop symptoms, you would do so within this 14-day period. The vast majority, 81% of people, will have a very mild illness that resembles a mild common cold. Early information from China showed that some people are at a higher risk of getting very sick and dying from COVID-19. This includes older adults and people who have heart disease, diabetes, and lung disease. People who fall into this category need to be extra careful. We know that compared to the common cold and flu, COVID-19 has a much higher mortality rate. As you can see, this rapid increase in mortality occurs in the older population who tend to have weaker immune systems and other health conditions such as heart disease and diabetes. It is important that you keep up to date on the daily bulletins and take everyday precautions. These include avoiding large crowds, washing your hands frequently with soap and water, avoiding unnecessary international travel, and avoiding touching your face. Anyone with concerns regarding COVID-19 can call telehealth at the number below, especially if you have recently traveled overseas or have symptoms. Next week, we will discuss more details about COVID-19, including some of the facts, the myths, and how you can further protect yourselves. Until then, please stay safe. Thank you for joining me on Health Corner, and I look forward to speaking with you again next week on Rudraaya.
Sam Samunder, Extra Staffing Solutions. Sam and his team have been providing quality temporary staffing to various companies throughout the GTA since 2001. We have competitive rates, we take care of all your recruitment needs and payroll cost, and we provide transportation. Our friendly and knowledgeable recruiters are here to assist you, whether you are looking for permanent or temporary employees, for industrial or office needs. So call us now at 647-693-7745 or visit our website at www.extrastaffing.ca.
कृष्ण कन्हैया बंसी बजैया
कृष्ण कन्हैया बंसी बजैया
कृष्ण कन्हैया बंसी बजैया श्याम मुरारी कुंज विहारी यशोदा के नंदन कन्हैया मेरे पास आवो मुरली वाले मुरलिया बजाओ आवो कन्हैया आवो कन्हैया आवो कन्हैया.
My dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's health segment. As we move straight into a corporate segment, and of course, our heart goes out to all of you who have lost your loved ones to COVID-19. And it is you know, I'm about to introduce you our host of the corporate segment, Kamalji from Lotus Funeral Home, who is also experiencing the brunt of what is happening with COVID-19, as many funerals are being conducted at Lotus Funeral Home. And it is sad to say that not all well-wishers or family members are there to say goodbye to their loved ones, but they are also limited to a small number of loved ones to say goodbye. So I'd like to introduce to you our host Kamalji to further explain what is happening with respect to COVID-19 in regards to the funeral homes.
Sitaram and Namaste. My name is Kamal Bardwaj and I'm the owner of Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center in Toronto and Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium in Kitchener. I'm also a licensed funeral director. With longer lives and advances in medical science, it is quite common for a loved one with a terminal diagnosis to live for an extended period of time. This means that a terminal illness death is more of a process than an occurrence. The process can encompass the entire family, including the person with the illness. In fact, grief may actually begin well before the actual death. When the time actually comes, the feeling of helplessness and that comes with being a caregiver may be replaced with one of guilt, since there may also be a feeling of relief. At the time, caregivers and families may feel empty with the daily challenges of caring for their loved ones. Remember, the person you are trying to help has been through a long and difficult process. The grief is complicated, and the loved ones experiencing it need support and understanding. At Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center and at Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium, we operate 7 days a week and 24 hours a day. Our crematorium is located in our building, so we never have to leave our building in cold or bad weather for a cremation. For Hindu families, we provide all the puja items, including fresh leaves and a havan kund. Kirtan groups can be provided, if needed, along with all the instruments provided by Lotus Funeral. We are centrally located for families in the west and for families in the east. For more information, please contact me from the telephone number on the screen. Thank you for watching, and see you next week on Rudraaya. Sitaram.
But death is inevitable. I realized this when my dad passed away. So much pain, and amidst all this, the worry of arranging a funeral. Thankfully, in all this, Kamal stood by me. From the viewing to the cremation, he arranged it all at one location. Once someone is gone, they don't come back. But Lotus Funeral Home knows how to give them a
Shri Ramayan ki Hari Raghuvar ki Shri Ram Shri Ramayan ki Hari Raghuvar ki Hari Raghuvar ge Hari Raghuvar जब हो ये रामायण जिनके ये घर जब हो ये रामायण समझे हरि दर्शन की समझे हरि दर्शन की श्री रामायण की हरि रघुवर की
श्री रामायण की
श्री रामायण प्रभु रामायण हरि रामायण श्री रामायण की हरि रघुवर की हरि रघुवर की हरि रघुवर की श्री रामायण की हरि रघुवर की श्री रामायण की हरि रघुवर की
My dear viewers, we've come to the end of another segment of Rudraaya. I hope you've enjoyed today's segment. And as my theme of today's segment was also for us to do self-reflection. It is certainly a time when we have to show an act of humanity to help others. Because, as I do my own self-reflection, and I look at what's happening in the world today, that we're all facing this dilemma all across the world at the same time, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're young, whether you're old, you are facing the same challenges with respect to this COVID-19. So me, myself, I expect to pass through this world but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to my fellow humans, let me do it now. Let me not defer or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again. So that's my self-reflection of what I intend to do with respect to, giving to the community. And this is our way also to bring you comfort in your own homes. And I hope that you do some self-reflection as well, and that you have a plan for yourself for this COVID-19. Would like to thank our kind sponsors at Maharudraaya Mandir, as well as our executive producer, Gary Khan, for making Rudraaya possible. So until we meet again next week, stay safe, stay healthy, stay home, and have yourself a blessed week. Namaste.
रामायण श्री रामायण की हरि रघुवर की हरि रघुवर की